Hi, and thank you for clicking on the video. My name is Hani Al-Ghali. I'm your Cisco solution or system architect that covers everything within the Cisco portfolio. I'm here to help you with any use cases, anything you need from digital transformation to work from home solutions to your data centers as well. I come from in the background in most of IT architects, so I'm here to help. Let us know if you need anything or you have any questions. Again, my name is Hani Al-Ghali. I'm based here in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and I'm here to help. Today, I'm going to show you a really quick video with ThousandEyes. It's one of my favorite products, and I want to run this as a monthly cadence for you to show you what is top of mind for me and what is top of mind for most of my customers. So stay tuned for today's video. It's going to be ThousandEyes, the endpoint visibility, and I will talk about that in a second here. I'm about to show you ThousandEyes. It's one of my favorite product actually within the Cisco as a SaaS application. It's simple to deploy and POC as well. So let me walk you through what is ThousandEyes does. And I'm sure maybe you heard of it as this is something Cisco acquired recently. So what is ThousandEyes? If you have this, and 99 of my customers does have this, cloud is the new data center, your internet is your network, especially when working from home. We don't have that inside the office controlled anymore. Again, SaaS is the new app stack. Everything works somewhere else in somebody else's data center. It's not in our data centers. So that comes with this challenge. And we have an office now, is the new office, as you can see here. I work from home as well. So how do my IT as Cisco IT get visibility in regard of what if I'm having an issue, which is something I'm about to show you today. So if we look at digital experience and the visibility and what has been happening in the industry for the last couple of years, is there's a huge shift from people connecting into their office or into the data centers to things starting to look similar to this. There is a huge rapid change and IT using visibility and control, right? A lot of the time when we can access or a user from home can access, or you have customers all over the world trying to access your applications, which is, I'll show you a couple of the use case ThousandEyes helps to solve. And this is what we're looking at. Most of our data centers become distributed like this, and it's not our data center. So there could be a challenges over DNS, or there's an actual with public cloud as well. So how can we identify that? So let's go into which I'm showing you today, the one use case, and this is going to be a series of use cases with ThousandEyes, but also I'm going to bring different product that it really excites me. One thing is work from home here. We have a happy user, happy internet connection from the users to the actual application, and everything's fine until somebody call and say, hey, I'm having a problem. Then how do we know where the problem is? So most of the time is a 30% if there's an actual outage that could be down the line from the user. So it's not their ISP, which I'm about to show you in ThousandEyes demo, which is going to be super cool. So now how ThousandEyes does that? One, there's a couple of things. There's an outside in monitoring. There's an inside monitoring. There's those called vantage point. Those vantage points give ThousandEyes with big data analytics this visibility you're about to see. Today, I'm going to focus on, and here are the things that it could solve. Customer digital experience. So how people coming to your data center, if you're offering an applications, how that is being impacted, right? And you want to monitor that, because if you have users that are all over the world, how do you know if they're getting the best experience on their applications? And we're talking about what happened to Facebook, right? Something similar to that. The outage happens. How can we detect where the issues is? Again, you have also, if you want to monitor from inside out to your other applications. Let's say you use a SaaS application, or you use a third-party applications to partner with you. How do you monitor that and make sure you're getting the best application experience, but also work from home? And this is something I'm about to show you today, actually. So let's hop into the demo real quick. All right. So right here we have one of the examples of ThousandEyes. Here we see this is your dashboard. ThousandEyes is a cloud-based and a SaaS-based. You can deploy a couple of areas, a vantage point, and we see here there's a loss, and we could look at a lot of metrics. Browser sessions. This is a plugin. You can get the interest, SaaS applications that you can monitor from a user. And eventually you can see that what the users have been visiting. Let's just remove this here. And you can see that there is a cloud issues here, and we can see all the users, what they've been using, and the agents, and what are the speed of the page load. A lot of cool information. But let's take this example here. And we know there is a couple of things that affect actually performance, right? Latency, jitter, and loss, right? Common. But we see here we have a couple of issues with this site. And who are our users affected? We can see there's 3 users here affected by this. Imagine you have this distributed users all over the world, and now you could pinpoint where their issues are. So let's take this example here by clicking on this. Somebody's trying to access this website. It seems like an internal website. But we can look now with the agent install, we can look at quality of their actual wireless inside the house. A lot of times somebody will be in the backyard, right? And trying to access the applications, but I can't connect, right? They don't know where the issue is. The average user may not know that. But also, what is the latency to the default gateway, right? We want to also look into that. If that's not an issue, now we know in a couple of seconds, just visibility like this gives me an idea this is not a home problem. They have good wireless, relatively good here, but also what does it look like from their IP address? Also, what is the wireless information? There's a ton of information here. You could look at packet trace, path tracing. This is a very important one when you're troubleshooting. So we kind of identify those as not a problem, as you can see here, but they still response time is really high from that specific applications. So if I work for a help desk and I'm trying to troubleshoot this, I already concluded there is no issues inside the house. So where is the issue, right? That's we want to find out. At this point, if you don't have this tool, I don't know how you will try to troubleshoot and go further. Here you might say, hey, you don't have an issue. I'm good. As an IT operation, I'm helped you with that. So we need to figure out something else. So let's go and find out. This is the user that's having this issue. If we drill down into this user, we can see the wireless connection. Even if you have a VPN tunnel, by the way, we can show you that information. And when we come all the way here, we can see that we do have a couple of sites that this user is trying to access, right? And we can see here that there's a path to east. So we do hub by hub monitoring, this is the cool part. From the user, from their ISP, you may not see what's happening after that, right? But in this case here, you can see hub by hub of what is and where is this application is trying to, or this user is trying to access the application. This could be public clouds, it could be a SaaS, it could be your local data center. But we can see here along the path, when it's split here because it's going to go to Cisco.com, this user, there is an issue. Red is not good, right? Always. So we can see here there is an issue in the middle of the path, and this is with Hurricane Electric. So this user lives, let's say, oh, it's in LA, right? So LA metro area, right? They're trying to access Cisco.com. Cisco is not pairing with this ISP. So I have no relationship, neither my user, my client, right? But now at least we know there is an issue here. So mean time to resolution and the mean time to innocent of saying, hey, this is not the issue with a network. This is something really down the line. And hopefully this get fixed by the ISP and things starting to move along, right? But how much did it take me here? Trying to explain it actually too. It takes me no time. But think about this is if this is a major issue, huge outage for one of your SaaS applications, how you identify that super quick and notify your users and get help there, right? So this is what I want to show you actually today for the end user experience. There's more to show, but for the sake of time here, I want to make this simple and precise. I want to just eventually tell you what is coming up next and what other use cases this solve. We talked about employee experience, right? But also you have modern WAN. If you're doing an SD-WAN migration or deployment, you want to look at what your ISPs are doing, right? You want to have this visibility. If you also want to monitor your users around the world trying to access your applications, right? You could identify hub by hub from those users with our vantage points across the world, and also identifying what ISPs, if there's downtime for those several ISPs that you're pairing with in your data centers. But also you could have a lot of information about your CDN providers and how that's being distributed around the globe. So there's a lot of different use cases. I will bring that up for you as a different demo here. Today we talked the employee experience. I hope you find this informative, and I'll catch you soon. Thank you so much.